Hi, my name is Mitchell Philpott, and in the next couple of minutes I'm going to show you how easy it is to create custom reports in CURO. Let's consider a scenario. Here I am in my calendar contemplating a pretty packed day of appointments when an email arrives from my manager. Now, ever keen to impress my new boss, I'm going to respond to her request straight away. She wants a report looking at the active current lending cases, or those cases that are yet to receive the final sign-off from compliance. CURO is seamlessly part of Outlook, so I'm just a couple of clicks away from the list of all of our active cases. The system presents the information as a table, but also as a handy chart, and in fact there's a number of charts that I can choose from, depending on the information that I want to gather. But Jane wanted me to run off a report that she could present to the board. Now imagine if there were no reports configured to do exactly what she needed. In most systems that would present a problem, but not so in CURO, because the system seamlessly connects with Microsoft Excel, an application you probably already use every day. Simply check those items of information that I want to work with, and the system will automatically then find all currently active advances and will automatically extract the columns of information that I've asked it to. When I'm ready, I simply open and the system loads Excel. Now, because I asked the system to deliver a dynamic pivot table, I need to click to enable editing and to enable the content to be activated, and having done that, I have now created a dynamic connection between CURO and this spreadsheet. Now, pivot tables allow me to manipulate my data in any way that suits me and to analyze my data incredibly quickly. I simply drag the data items that I want to analyze into the pivot table, and the system automatically displays the results for me. If I want subtotals by advisor, for example, then I can simply drag the advisor field to display as columns. And if I want to alter the view to analyze my data by rate type instead, then it is as easy to do it as that. Now, pivot tables can be as complicated as you like, and you can analyze huge amounts of data instantly. The fields shown here are the fields of data that I chose to include in this Excel spreadsheet, and I could have included many more of the hundreds of data items that CURO holds. When I'm happy that I have the right columns and rows of information, and I've finished reviewing my analysis, I might want to do a bit of finessing of the presentation, and again I do this using the standard features of Excel you're probably already familiar with, which govern formatting of numbers, colour, the design style of the table. Now, having done that, I might want to insert a chart, and here there are many options available. A moment or two playing with the layout of the chart to resize it and display the information nicely, and when I'm happy I can simply save my work to a convenient location and give the document a name that makes sense. After just a couple of minutes, I've produced the report showing exactly what Jane wanted, and I can now reply to her, demonstrating just how brilliantly efficient I am. Again, because CURO is an extension of Outlook, I'm just a click away from my inbox and the email that I received a few moments ago. If I quickly type out a few words in response to Jane's request, and then attach the report that I just created and saved to my desktop, then that's my task completed and my new boss suitably impressed. Now, in my experience, there is only one downside to being so brilliantly efficient and helpful, and that is that people tend to ask you for help again. So fast forward for a couple of weeks and consider a scenario. As you can see, I'm on holiday. However, that hasn't stopped Jane from asking for an update of that report that I prepared for her a couple of weeks back. Now, because I saved and generated the report as a dynamic pivot table, what that means is that if I choose to enable the content of the report, I can choose to refresh the data from the CRM system. The system has connected securely to the database, automatically retrieved the up-to-date information, and as you can see, the report has been automatically updated for me in just a couple of seconds. I can save and send Jane the updated report, and I can pick up from any number of formats to do so. Now, whilst I might not mind the odd interruption whilst I'm on holiday, wouldn't it be better if I were to empower Jane to obtain her own report, and perhaps others within the business to produce theirs, obviously based on the records that they were entitled to see? If I return to CURO and select Reports, I can add a new report, and rather than select the default option, which would enable me to step through a wizard to create a new standard printable report, I simply select Existing File instead. That enables me to select the Excel report that we've just been looking at, but this time, rather than having it stored locally on my computer, I'm going to upload the report as a new standard into the system. I need to enter a few words to describe the report, because in time there could be tens or even hundreds of reports configured specifically for your business to provide the management information and analysis that you and your colleagues want. I can select from the options that allow me to specify where the report is going to be accessible from within the system. Now that I've moved the report into CURO, I have no need for the copy on my computer, so I can throw it away, safe in the knowledge that my report is now one of the many personalizations that make CURO perfectly tuned to our own business. So the next time that I, Jane, or anyone else within the business needs to run this report, they will find it conveniently stored in the Advances section via Run Reports, which quite literally gives them the power of this analysis at the click of a button. That's it for this brief preview of the Personalized Reports feature. I hope that this has been educational if you are already a user, and inspirational if you are currently considering how CURO can help you and your business. Many thanks for your time.